Hi, as part of our Urban Legends series where we get to meet the people behind the company, today we're going to spend some time with the actual real-life human, Kay the Cake, who powered me over the mountains with her amazing flapjack and powers many of you around the town. Let's go and spend some time baking with Kay. Morning, Kay.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm alright, thank you.
Good. So I want to kind of show people that you exist, because I think there's almost this urban myth, isn't there,
Yeah.
of Kay the Cake that people see. But you are a real human being, aren't you?
I am really.
And you genuinely, you're not forced to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning
No.
and come in. You actually do it voluntarily, don't you? Thank you for what you do, because your cakes are amazing. And I want everyone to know that they are all literally made fresh every single
made
day.
here.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
What sort of stuff? What's this one?
This is orange raspberry and pumpkin seed loaf.
Amazing. And did you say that's gluten-free or?
No, that's not gluten free.
That one's not.
That one's
I'll just
not
say that for all the
gluten-free.
cakes, because I know you.
No.
Why do you do so much gluten-free stuff?
There's a big demand for gluten free.
Yeah. And how do you do it? How do you make stuff that wouldn't normally be gluten-free? A, be gluten-free, and B, taste amazing.
A majority of the time I use ground almonds because that gives a really nice flavour and a really nice texture. If it does need a real flour substitute, I tend to use Dove's Farm.
Right. Okay. And that makes it still amazing.
Yes.
Which ones are these gluten-free?
The cupcakes are gluten free. I use frangipane in those. That's almonds, butter, egg, and sugar, and berries. I use Dove's Farm in the Millionaire shortbread.
So they're gluten-free as well?
Those ones aren't gluten free, but we do
But you do them.
gluten-free.
They look the same.
Yeah,
Do
they
taste
look
the same?
exactly the same, and near as
Taste
damn
the
it,
same.
definitely.
Amazing. That's good. And then I remember, so for a long time, Dorset Apple Cake, I remember having conversations with you probably 6 years ago in the early days that you were practicing making Dorset Apple Cake for ages and it kept sinking
Everything
to the bottom
was sinking.
and it was driving you bonkers. Do you remember what changed and how long you persevered to
Bit
nail
of
that?
determination, tweaking the recipe a little bit, and we got there in the end.
So there are many things that you make, Kay, that are almost impossible not to eat. But how do you get? I know you get feedback that the pasties are too perfect and they must have come out of some sort of robot
Machine.
How do you get them to look like that?
A lot of practice and being really strict on weighing everything again.
Really?
Yeah.
So like literally every piece of, because what shape is that before you turn it into that?
It's round.
It's round.
Yeah.
And
It
it
is
has to be
round.
exactly the right.
Pretty much.
What have you
quite
got?
strict
One
on that.
of those old compass things? Or?
Nearly.
Really?
No.
You really? And then how enough when you're surrounded by cake and sweet stuff and eating all this stuff, how do you stay looking like you haven't even smelled a cake? Let alone eat them every morning for breakfast.
It's quite a physical job for starters, yeah. I go for a little run every now and then, and I do my boot camp, and I get out on the paddle boards.
And then apart from stuff, you make stuff every day. What sells the most? What's our best sellers?
Almond croissants. So a lot. Carrot cake goes really well. Millionaire shortbread is always a good one. I think we're quite generous with our caramel and our chocolate, and I think people like that.
You can also make stuff for people, I think, can't you? Birthday cakes?
Yeah, we can personalise anything. Anything anyone wants really. We can do it. Special requests are always
birthday cake.
welcome.
But you also loads of gingerbread men. I know you did
Lots
for Valentine's.
of
I don't know, cuddling gingerbreads, wasn't it? Something like holding hands
Squirrel
or holding
gingerbread
hearts.
and
Squirrels.
Dachshund gingerbread. Yeah,
Really?
we've done all sorts.
Yeah, it's not that long.
Dinosaurs on sticks.
Okay. And then ingredients-wise, apart from the gluten-free stuff, I know one of the things you're passionate about is using all the eggs are free range and stuff like that. What other things? Chocolate, all that kind of stuff. Where does your stuff come
really
from?
high quality chocolate, good British butter, British flour. Yeah, everything, just the best of everything.
Right.
Really lucky to be able to use all that because it does make a difference to the end product.
Yeah. And again, so lots of cakes in places is just a pre-bought mix thrown in a bowl and just some water
Some
on top.
places,
But everything you do is made with love and fresh. Amazing. So you've tried loads of stuff in the wood, I think. You're trying to work out what we can cook on wood. These are smokies, is that right?
Smokies.
So how do they work?
It's got a cookie base, and it's got dark milk chocolate chips, and then the marshmallows on top. And you flash it through the oven, and they should all foam up and go toasted.
Okay. How long does it take? Really? Wow. And these are low-calorie, healthy option. They look awesome. Look at that. Oh God, it's like literally sitting by a fire when you're camping, isn't it? That is a little bit of camping, all in a little package. What happens to that one now? Great. See you later. Thanks.